Hello, this is Lady Boulay, and I hope you're having a wonderful day. Thank you for your support. Thank you for subscribing to the channel. Thank you for your thumbs up, for your comments, and thank you for sharing the videos. Thank you for all you do to support the channel. And yes, we are commanded to love one another, whether we want to or not, or whether we agree with each other or not. This is Mike Lawler, and he is running for a seat in the House of Representatives from the 17th District of New York. He looks like a pretty stand-up guy, nothing special, just about the average white man that would be running for a seat in the United States Congress. Yes, he is. The only thing is these white people always come with some kind of weird baggage. In this case, this man has been accused of doing blackface. Matter of fact, it's not even an accusation. He doesn't deny it. So he had the bright idea to dress up as Michael Jackson. And he says that it wasn't blackface. He was just doing it to pay homage to Michael Jackson. At this point, we have to ask ourselves, what is going on with these white people? Do they want to be black? Do you want to be black? Because I would never put anything on my face trying to dress up as a white person. For one thing, they say it takes a lot to get that junk off your face. But here he is, all dressed up as Michael Jackson. Now here's the question I want to ask. Is it ever acceptable for a white person to dress up as a black person? Now, obviously, this was not the worst we've seen, but he still did it. So let's talk about it. This article comes from the Huffington Post. GOP congressman who wore blackface says he wanted to pay homage to music idol. Okay, so that's his excuse. He wanted to show respect for Michael Jackson. Representative Mike Lawler, Republican, New York, has apologized after the New York Times obtained pictures that showed him in blackface for a Halloween costume while attending Manhattan College, now Manhattan University, in 2006. Lawler, who is running for re-election against Black Democrat and former Representative Mondaire Jones in a New York swing district, appears with a darkened face in a photograph that shows him wearing a Thriller music video-like red jacket as part of a Michael Jackson costume. So they always hide behind Halloween. They're going to dress up as a black person as a Halloween costume. Now, these stores, and y'all know during Halloween season, like now, they are filled with all kinds of costumes. But all they can think to do is dress up as a black person. Lawler, in an interview with CNN's Caitlin Collins on Thursday, said he can't change what happened 18 years ago, but he understands it's not something he'd do today and why people would be offended by it. For that, I'm sorry, but for me, there was no ill intent. There was no effort to malign or make fun of or disparage Black Americans, Lawler said. Well, for most of them it is. So in this case, you would just have to take his word for it. I will acknowledge that instead of coming up with jet black shoe polish, he did have a brown color, and it didn't look as buffoonish as some of them have looked. But the question is it appropriate? Is that something that you ought to be doing? And why is your mind on black people going to a white Halloween party? Why are you thinking about black people? I'm asking, do these people want to be black? Is there something in them that makes them think it's more fun to be black? I have heard white people say this. It's more fun to be black. Excuse me. Lawler, in a statement to the Times, referred to his aim with the costume as truly the sincerest form of flattery to Jackson, while noting that the ugly practice of blackface was the furthest thing from his mind. Well, again, we'll have to take his word for it. Let me be clear. This is not that, he said. Lawler, who is known as a super fan of the pop icon, is skilled in moonwalking, attended one of Jackson's Madison Square Garden shows in 2001, and had flown from New York to California in high school to attend some of his 2005 criminal trial. Well, it does sound like he was a fan, but in the full context of this, I believe that white people need to go into therapy over this because they clearly have tunnel vision when it comes to the practice of blackface. They don't consider, number one, they don't think they're going to get caught. And number two, they don't really realize the impact that it has on Black Americans. Many Black Americans have no expectation of white people doing something decent. And see, this is a problem right here. You're living in a country with people that you've been around for 400 years, people who have been here over 400 years, and they don't have any expectation that you are going to do the decent thing when you're in private, away from them. See, that's a problem. I really believe they need to go into therapy and to deal with whatever it is in their spirit that vexes them about Black people. Because there's nothing wrong with being a fan of Michael Jackson. There's nothing wrong with being a fan of Black American culture. There's nothing wrong with admiring things about the Black American culture. But you draw the line to doing things that you know are offensive. Why not have a town hall meeting or have some kind of a focus group where you have Black people come in and talk this out? I'm saying, I don't know, y'all. This is crazy. And it really speaks more about them than it does about us, is what I'm trying to say. Because I don't know any Black person that's going to take up the time to dress up as a white person to go to a party and think that's fun or funny. I just don't know that person or those people. And if you do, please let me know. I want to know about them. I really do. Well, all right, y'all. This is Congressman Mike Lawler, and he is busted for doing blackface. So whatever his intentions were, he's outed. And now he's having to apologize. So I really believe that white people need to seek help when it comes to Black people. Because I believe that Black people really vex their spirit in ways that are not healthy. Okay, let me know whether or not you think this was appropriate under these circumstances. Just let me know what you think about it. Thank you for listening. Give me a thumbs up and have a good evening.